And coming now to the irony of the week. A week into the war in the Middle East, the United States, the most powerful military on earth, waging a war that Donald Trump has explicitly framed as a reminder to the world of American military supremacy. He has had to quietly go hat in hand to Ukraine, war-torn, battered, bled dry Ukraine, for help. Specifically, help with Iran's low-cost Shahid suicide drones. Now let that sink in for just a moment because it's important and I want you to pay close attention to this, viewer. This is a man, Trump, who called Zelensky a dictator, who said Ukraine should never have let the war start in that country, who strong-armed him in the Oval Office on live television just a few months ago, who has treated Ukraine as a nuisance, a beggar, a burden, and yet Zelensky's forces have spent 4 years being pulverized by the very same Iranian Shahid drones that are now perplexing and befuddling the American war machine over the Persian Gulf. 4 years of being swarmed, adapting, innovating, building layered, low-cost, high-efficiency counter-drone networks, combining mobile jamming units, ground-based gunnery, acoustic detection, and coordinated interceptor drones that don't waste expensive missiles on cheap munitions. Ukraine hasn't just figured out how to survive Iran's feared Shahid drones, but literally decoded how to handle them. The Americans actually reverse-engineered the Shahid from wreckage collected in Ukraine. That's the amazing irony. Quietly boasted about deploying the result, their counter-drone clone called the Lucas, against Iran. And they figured out how to copy that drone, but they forgot how to figure out how to stop it. This is not a small oversight. Some would even call it hubris, the hubris of a superpower so dazzled by its own shock and awe, its B-2s, its Tomahawks, its carrier groups, that it lost sight of what every honest soldier knows. Wars are decided often by the most rudimentary weapons wielded with the most ruthless patience. Now, those Shahid drones being fired by Iran have done more than evade American air defenses. There is credible reason to believe drone swarm have sown enough confusion over Kuwaiti airspace to contribute to fratricide, allied pilots in the fog of war, indulging in friendly fire, firing on each other. American fighter jets have been lost, 3 F-15s on Monday. The drone Iran has mass-produced for under $20,000 a piece right now, costing the world's richest military in blood, metal, and now pride. That's why they've had to go for help. And so Trump, the most give-a-damn cocky war president of the modern era, finds himself seeking counsel from the very man he humiliated not long ago. It turns out when the drones won't stop coming, you call whoever knows how to make them stop. Zoom out and the picture is remarkable. Because for all the braggadocio, for all the flags and the fire and the presidential proclamations, the world's preeminent superpower has overwhelmed Iran. There's no doubt about it. But it is not above learning from a nation that has repeatedly condescended to. But here's what this really tells us, beyond the irony, beyond the politics. The fact that this is where the US needed help. That is counter-drone warfare. Is the most significant detail of this week. And I say this without any doubt in my mind, and someone who's been tracking every aspect of this warfare every single hour. Not the airstrikes, not the carrier deployments. How to counter Iran's simplest drone is what America needs help with. Unmanned combat is not the future of war, it is the present, it's happening now. And India knows this. And the nation that masters the small and cheap and the relentless will master the battlefield. It is certainly setting terms in this one. Amidst the shock and awe, the missiles and the lasers, it's the little things that tell the bigger story like they always do.